Hello everybody, my name is Antoine. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play series in Hearts of Iron 4 Battle for the Phosphorus. So today we are going to do the Mimi playthrough, which everybody I think is like legally entitled to do at some point in their YouTube career. We're going to form the Byzantine Empire. It's one of those things that you just kind of have to do at some point. So in order for us to actually form the Byzantine Empire, we need to bring home the exiled Republicans. Which means that we need to place, I think, the king under house arrest, compromise with the monarchists, and eventually we go down here far enough, we can restore the Byzantine Empire. Seems to me like a good idea. Hopefully we can kind of align ourselves more with Germany. That's going to be the best case scenario, I think, for us. So, what we want to do first and foremost, place the king under house arrest. Does that allow us then to bring home the exiled Republicans? Not quite yet. It's like 70 days. Your election's going to be happening in 25 days. And I doubt anything's going to be done faster than that. 35, 70. I guess we can maybe get you guys finished first. Yeah. I mean, yeah, about 10 days. That's actually completely okay. So, right now we have faction management. Attitude of the monarchists are loyal, the Republicans are hostile, the communists are hostile, and the fascists are inconsequential and have no effect at the moment. The stability's not going great at the moment, but that's okay. We'll get our Army and Navy experience. Don't really worry about political actions. And right now, our army should probably be on the Turkish border, because Turkey is probably going to be one of, if not the first country to actually end up invading in this playthrough. So, right now, we're missing artillery, infantry equipment, and support equipment, which I would say is not great. Also, you want to choose our research. Go with all of our basics for now. Build up, let's say, 3 military factories in Athens, naval dockyards. Let's just do convoys for now. Like 1 convoy, 1 submarine. We're also missing support equipment, right? Yes. Like, we need a lot more stuff, and we need it soon. We also need more steel. We'll get that, I guess, from Germany for right now. Try to boost our relationship with them as much as we possibly can at the moment. I'm trying to say, like, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria. I'm sure at some point we'll probably go to war with them, but not right now. So the election's going to be happening in 26 days. If the king is not arrested, they'll interfere in the election and ensure the monarch's support to keep their government mandate. Okay. So, we will be able to try to enforce the Byzantine ideals in the everyday person. Okay, so it looks like that you have now finished, which should mean that, yes, we can bring home the exiled. The Vanillists won the election. The Greek people filled the streets of Greece today celebrating a choice of the army to ensure that the monarchists could not interfere with the election results. The Venezuelans have been delivered a powerful mandate to govern, returning from their exile abroad. But they face an uphill battle uniting a very divided country. The country has not forgotten a disastrous war the Venezuelans pulled the country into in 1919. There also remains a question of what the Vanillists will do with the captured Greek monarch. Regardless of what happens, interesting times lie ahead for Greece. So the monarchists and the communists are now indifferent. I'm assuming the Democrats are now in charge of the country. At least for right now, yes, but we don't want that to be lasting too longer. So right now, who's still hostile towards us? So everybody's indifferent. The Republicans right now are loyal, which I think that's pretty good. It should actually boost our stability by, I think, 30%. Yeah, so that's actually really nice for us. I will take it. And then we'll go for bringing home the exiled Republicans with 140 political power. We can crush the monarchist, befriend the monarchist. We can crush the communist. I mean, all those seem like they make sense. We haven't paid off any debts right now, but clear 1/4 of our debts. Political instability, which is 25%. War support, agrarian society, factory output's not looking great. Foreign monopolies, not looking great either. We got a lot of problems right now, I would say. I'm just quite wondering if we remember Anatolia. Yeah, I mean the communists become hostile, so we definitely want to crush the communists whenever we actually can. Going to be in our best interest, I would say. Yes, we don't want to crush you. We don't want to crush you. All the following is true. Has completed restoring our home and be democratic. Restoring our home is probably somewhere down here. I'm actually not too sure. There it is. Restoring our home. If we do this, we're able to crush the German, or crush the communist. But, like, at the same time, like, having a democratic government is a little bit worrying because of the whole Axis situation. And we don't want to be killed. Controversial take. I don't want to die. So, try to hold off for as long as possible, get some more research speed. And Elphos Venizelos has passed away. I cannot speak Greek. The Prime Minister, leader of the Venizelos, and a revered titan of Greek politics, has passed away peacefully in his home. Venizelos was a passionate contributor to the Greek multi-party system, and a figure who was perhaps unrivaled in how much he influenced the Greek national consciousness. How could words alone do justice to a man who gave so much of himself to his country and to his countrymen? He is the architect of a nation we have the privilege of serving today, and enduring legacy he leaves behind will outlast us all. The only black spot on Venizelos' immaculate record is his terrible loss of our nation suffered devastating Greco-Turkish War of 1919. It is a blemish on an otherwise perfect legacy that we fully intend to avenge ourselves upon. Elphos Venizelos was a revolutionary, a statesman, and a political pioneer. He was our Einarch, and we shall remember him as an uncompromising lionheart that he was. He has taken over, Domenico Sofolius has taken over as Prime Minister and the leader of the party, and has declared a national day of mourning for the recently deceased father of modern Greece. We lose more stability, but we get an extra 5% stability, like right away. So, I mean, that's not as bad. We have our new leader here. Congratulations to you. Try to think, like, what else would we want? Resolute Social Democrat, daily. I mean, we don't want support for you to go up, though. As strange as it might sound, we do get 120 political power, more support for the Democrats and the Communists. And we'll get more ministers once you guys are available. Everybody is going to be a little bit upset with us, though. At least everybody that's in the Balkans right now. But, like, look, okay? I have no choice. I have no choice in the matter. But I will probably, I guess, try to pay off our debts. What are we can demobilize. Right now we're on limited conscription, but we have 4% war support. Of 100 days. I'm trying to think, is there anything we can do to get more war support up? I mean, probably we have 98 days. What other crisis could happen in 1936, though? I'm not actually too sure. I'm trying to think, do we want to pay off debts, though? 1/4 of our debt. I mean, if we go to war with these people, I don't think we'd have to pay off our debts. That's one thing that we might want to think about. But we also have a ton of political power, so we want to spend it somewhere. Chief of our army, division speed, fascist or monarchist. If you're friendly or loyal. And you're going to become friendly with the monarchist soon, in about 20 days. We'll see if we get any more leaders with that. Basic machine tools. Because right now you are decreasing ever so slightly, which is unfortunate. Because I want war support to go up as much as we possibly can. Is there anything? Can I hire somebody to do like war propaganda? No, there's not enough world tension. I'm not really too sure what we can do at the moment. Other than, I guess, unfortunately, ease up on conscription. But I mean, I would rather wait the 75 days. If something happens somewhat soon, that's something I do want to worry about. I mean, we do also have territory over here in Greece. So, you know what, let's send 4 units to be on these islands. You know, I gotta delete this battle line. So send some troops to these islands. Actually, could I have just drawn like front lines? I could, but I mean a fallback line works just the same. We've compromised with the monarchist. We'll remember the Anatolia catastrophe, which gives us more war support, more recruitable factor. During emotions over Anatolia could have unintended consequences. That seems okay. Let's not worry about that. But unfortunately, 5%... 5% only gets to 9% though. And we would have a little bit more if we didn't have political instability. But how do we get rid of political instability? We get 5% stability there. You modify it. But again, that's going to take a little bit too long, so we're just going to demobilize now. As unfortunate as it is, the communists, unsurprisingly, aren't very happy with us, but the monarchist, being friendly, is giving us some stability and some recruitable population factor. All of that I'm completely okay with. And now we have more people that we can go with. Factory output. I mean, factory output is just good. Ideological drift defense. Factory construction speed is also not bad. Damage to garrisons. What else? What about like any high command? Infantry. I mean, infantry is always pretty good. Especially when you're a country that doesn't have a ton of economic power behind it. Having just good infantry, I think, is always going to be beneficial for us. We can still repay off our debts. But on the other hand, and if you crush the communists, we can befriend the communists for 250. If we request communist support. But I'm not too sure where that would be in here. Restore our home, birthplace of democracy. I do like, I mean, 5% war support is not bad. Again, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I can see there's a request communist support, but we can't do that at all. Unsurprisingly, because we have kind of decided to just ignore them completely. Okay, the Spanish Civil War has now occurred. I don't think we have too much interest in actually aiding any side here. Because I'm thinking, like, if we go, like, if the Republicans win, they might align themselves to the Allies or align themselves to the USSR. And neither of those, I think, are actually anything I want. Okay, remembering the Anatolia catastrophe. Follow that up with... Yeah, just give me more war support for right now. We are the birthplace of democracy. You get a little bit more support for democracy. I mean, the stability is quite nice for us as well. So what are these unintended side effects? The Anatolian fascists mobilize. The self-proclaimed fascist movement of Greece has reoriented accordingly to our new political reality. Bitter and disgruntled Greek refugees exiled from Turkey have started to flock to the new radical political movements of Georgios Kosmidis, another Greek exiled from his homeland. Kosmidis was a vocal proponent of the Magellan idea and the reclamation of historical territories lost to Turkey. It's ISIS lists ought Turkey, but let's not worry about that. Although his views are far more radical than any of the Venezuelan administration, some reports suggest that Kosmidis aspires for Greek borders to extend beyond just the Aegean, and that he may have designs for the entirety of Anatolia. However, such reports should be taken with a grain of salt. What sort of madman would have designs over the entirety of Turkey? So the fascists will emerge and start off as hostile. We lose some stability. And even more stability because the fascists are a little bit upset, but we could befriend the fascist. Which gives us stability, war support, recruit population, more stability. And I think befriending the fascist is not a bad idea. It's going to take a lot of political power. I mean, actually not that much. Well, we're getting 1 point per day. So actually by the end of the year at least, we should be able to befriend the fascist. We probably want them if we have destined to take over the entirety of the Mediterranean. Well, maybe not the entire of the Mediterranean, but, you know, a decent chunk of it. Yeah, we definitely cannot spend any political power. We'll crush the communists at some point. I mean, we still actually can't do that. We definitely, and again, we don't want to crush the fascist. Because I do think overall they're going to be better for us. Because usually the fascists always give pretty decent combat modifiers. Usually better attack and defense, better mobilization, more manpower, all that good stuff that usually the Democrats don't really have. I don't think we want to do this because I don't think I want to make the Axis hate us right away. That seems overall to be counter to our plans. Macedonian generals, political power gain. Do we need to end? We just need one of them. Defensive core territory is basically garbage. You're garbage. Research speed is 5%. Like, Athenian Thinker is just the best one, right? So we get you going. Get our war support. Get the ancient Hellenes. And then do the Athenian Thinkers. And just kind of keep on pushing down this tree as much as we possibly can. Thank you very much. So research. Let's go for concentrate industry 2, construction 2. Just getting all of our industry techs as soon as possible, I think, is going to be helping us out in the long run. The EEE members engage in street violence with our police. Brawls between the EEE members and our own police force are broken out across the country, forming some tableau of a time of political violence we had hoped had left us in the past. Apparently, judging by all the reports, the hospitalizations, and the escalating violence, we have not. Some ministers suggest taking a very high-line stance on the violence to show that this country will not tolerate this kind of thuggery, but on the other ministers caution that fighting the fascist tit for tat is not a battle winnable by us. The people are angry and discontent, and now we should not give them the right to commit such wanton acts of violence. Yeah, so lose some stability, but we'll get some war support. Now we could immediately go back up to limited conscription, but again, I don't want to spend all my political power on doing that. Seems mostly to be an issue. So we're going to lose a lot of war support instability once we do this, but it looks like we should be able to get that back over time. And Aristotle Anosius returns to Greece. Well, the imaginate and internationally beloved socialite Aristotle Anosius has returned to Greece for the first time in many years. He did not take questions from the media and has been hard for observers to track down, but reports indicate that he's integrating himself in an Anatolian refugee population and might be organizing a bid to take office. So we're going to lose a little bit more stability there, but again, mostly I think that's okay. Yeah, more political power from this. Will we actually... Once this is done, we'll be able to actually befriend the fascists, which I think is going to be really nice for us. And I will take it. So once we get the refugees, negotiate with the EEE, resurrection of the ideals, we do get war support. What do we want after this? Any signatories that are not Italy will declare war on Turkey alongside Greece to fulfill the convention, or we just declare war on them ourselves. I mean, getting more people to like help us out would not be a bad thing. But if we want to revive Byzantium, we need to do horror and fear. Yeah, and you require all the following. It's actually... Yeah, because if you do this decision, you can do this, then you can do the Dias Cast. But you cannot form Byzantium. We need to do horror and fear. So unfortunately, we're not able to get any allies for this invasion, but we don't need no stinking allies. Also, how many troops do you guys have? 16 to 48. I would consider that to be a number bigger than I would like it to be. Probably just like convoy right here. Not right now, though, for obvious reasons. EE members plunder foreign-owned factories and distribute stolen goods. In an unfortunately all too familiar scene, adherents of the EE have broken into foreign-owned factories for the purpose of distributing the goods manufactured within to the poor and disenfranchised. Georgios Komatios and the leadership of the EEE claim they have no knowledge of the activities, but also impassionately defended the men and women taking part in the apparently altruistic string of plunderers. This type of behavior really cannot be tolerated. We are already receiving complaints from foreign magnates coming from countries like the United Kingdom and France. Still, if we step in on behalf of the industrialists, we will look like puppets of foreign financiers. Alternatively, if we let this anarchy run rampant, then we seem to be incapable government to the international community. Yeah, we should not stop them. Just let them do their thing. And soon, in 25 days, we'll be able to befriend them. Actually, no, that's not true. In 11 days, we'll be able to befriend them because this will give us 120 political power. Which will be, again, really nice for us. Thank you for the machine tools. Excavation 1, I don't think we need. Because we don't generate oil passively, right? No. Unfortunately not. We could go for you. No, actually, the 1936 artillery. I think it makes a lot of sense. At least for the time being. You have 10 troops here, 13. Like, we don't have as many men as I would like. Which is very unfortunate. Of course, we'll then go for Athenian thinkers. And let's befriend the fascist. It'll take 200 days. Faction removed, you get stability and war support. Stability goes up. Recruit population factor plus 15%. All of that seems okay. So the monarchists and the fascists will then be on our side. Because right now we have 19% fascism. Germany... I mean, we can probably join the Axis. Strategic reasons to be hostile, different ideology. Look, okay, Germany. At some point, you're going to need allies. And I will be there to help you as much as I possibly can be. Okay, so we have enough artillery pieces. We're still missing a lot of rifles. Take 900 days to actually finish that off. When do any of our factories finish? One will be done in just a few more days. Got 6% consumer good factory, which I would say is pretty bad. You know, can I actually go up to early mobilization? 225 for the 4 monopolies and the other. Ah, God damn it! I mean, that doesn't seem very good. Let's deal with the refugees. Follow that up with anti-fascist raids. I mean, there's no reason to do that. There's no reason to raid these people. Can I actually get Sharp Tongue Loyal, Prince of Terror? I really don't think, other than maybe the War Industrialist, most people in that list I really don't think are going to be too beneficial to our greater plans. And there's no way they have... We just played as Turkey, right? Just a... earlier, I think this week, actually. It was when the last episode came out, or maybe a little bit last week. But, like... Turkey doesn't have 46 divisions. I'm like 99% sure that they definitely do not have that many men. I don't even think we had that many men when we ended the campaign, let alone at the very start. So, like, what do we know what Turkey's doing? They've gone down this policy. They've either gone towards Turkish nationalism or they're doing peace at home. I don't know which one. We know that they're not going communist. They're not going fascist. But aside from that, maybe they're slightly going towards the Democrats. I'm really not too sure. But I do think as well, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthony. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Not enjoy, click thumbs down. If you want to see me, subscribe, and goodbye.